Welcome. Today we embark on a fascinating journey where poetry and programming intersect. Imagine a poem not just as words on a page, but as lines of executable code. This unique blend is more than a novelty. It's a creative experiment that challenges our understanding of both art and technology. In this video, we'll explore how poets use programming languages as a medium, what makes these works special, and why this fusion is gaining attention in contemporary literature. Let's dive into the world where verse meets logic and creativity finds new forms in the digital age. So what exactly is code poetry? It's not just poems about computers or programmers. Instead, it's poetry written in the form of actual computer code, lines that could in theory be executed by a machine. These works are rare and distinct from computer-generated literature or digital poems that use technology for display. Here, the poem itself is the code and the code is the poem. This duality opens up new possibilities for expression, inviting both programmers and poets to see language in a fresh light. How would anyone write poetry as code? The answer lies in the shared nature of both forms. They are sequences of symbols, carefully arranged for meaning and effect. For programmers, writing poetic code can be a therapeutic, creative outlet, way to break from routine and showcase their mastery. For poets, code offers a new structure and set of constraints, sparking innovation. This practice also reflects our increasingly digital world, where boundaries between disciplines are constantly being redefined. Let's look at some real examples. One poem written in Java can be read aloud with a rhythmic meter while still functioning as a program. Another, crafted in CSS, describes an ocean and a boat through code that also styles a web page. There are even poems made from lists of server error codes, which when arranged thoughtfully evoke human emotion and narrative. These examples show how code poetry can be both technically correct and artistically expressive, blurring the line between function and form. Choice of programming language matters. Some languages like Python or Perl are considered high-level and easier to read, making them accessible for wider audiences. Others like assembly are low-level and more technical, appealing to a niche group. The language chosen can signal whether the poet wants to reach many or just a select few. It's similar to choosing between writing in Latin or a modern language in medieval times. Each choice carries its own cultural weight and audience. Another key aspect is the functionality of the code. Does the program actually do something meaningful, or is its purpose purely poetic? Some code poems perform actions like sorting lists or generating names, while others exist only to be read and appreciated for their structure. The balance between practical function and artistic intent is a hallmark of code poetry, challenging both the reader and the machine to find meaning. Fascinating question arises. Can code poetry exist without relying on natural language? Most code poems still use English words for variable names or comments, making them accessible to those who know the language. But some poets experiment with pure code, aiming for universality, so that anyone familiar with the programming language, regardless of their native tongue, can appreciate the poem. This pushes code poetry closer to visual arts, where meaning transcends spoken language. Code poetry has sparked its own subculture. Events like Stanford's Code Poetry Slam invite poets and programmers to showcase their creations, using not just programming languages but also markup and styling codes. These gatherings celebrate creativity, technical skill, and the playful spirit of experimentation. The community is small but growing, united by a passion for exploring new frontiers in both literature and technology. As we wrap up, it's clear that code poetry is more than a passing trend. It's a testament to human creativity in the digital age, blending logic with lyricism and challenging our ideas of what poetry can be. While the novelty may fade as the practice matures, the legacy will remain, a new artistic form born from the language of machines. Whether you're a poet, a programmer, or simply curious, code poetry invites you to see both code and verse in a new light.